This Touge is way too narrow to be generous with big angle. The second I let the car hang out a little too long, or get lazy with where I place it, the whole run starts feeling a little cramped. And that's what makes this one interesting, because the Miata can still make a lot of these moments look savable, but the road never really lets the mistake disappear. It just keeps cashing it in a corner later. So this run is on Shimano Touge, and even before talking about the car, the road already tells you what kind of video this is going to be. It's long, over 3.5 miles, and it has that proper mountain pass feel where you don't get much wasted space to work with. It's not one of those roads where you can just throw the car around, reset, and do it again like nothing happened, because every decision stays with you for a while. And with this DWG Miata, that becomes the whole experiment, because the car has enough angle to save things that probably shouldn't be savable, but this road is so tight that saving it is not always the same thing as actually getting away with it. The Miata is actually a good car for this because it doesn't hide what you're doing. If I'm smooth, it looks smooth. If I'm busy, it looks busy. And on a wider road, sometimes a car like this can make big angle feel playful, because there's no room to breathe and no room to recover. Here, on the other hand, not really. The road keeps squeezing the run down to one simple question, which is basically, are you actually controlling the line, or are you just surviving it with steering angle? That's a very different thing, because a lot of mountain drifting looks committed right up until you realize most of the commitment is just the driver trying to rescue the corner after already asking too much from it. On a narrow road, angle gets expensive really fast. Not because angle itself is bad, but because every extra bit of rotation asks for physical space. And this map just doesn't hand that out for free. So if I over-rotate a wider section on some other road, maybe I could still sort it out and carry on. Here, that same mistake starts feeling way bigger because the road edge, barrier, or next transition is already right there waiting for me. So the whole run gets this different kind of pressure to it. I can't just focus on whether the car is driftable. I have to care a lot more about whether the car is still organized, because if it isn't, the road just starts closing in on me really fast. That's where the tension starts feeling good in this run. The car wants freedom and the road keeps arguing for discipline. And that creates one of those situations where some of the more dramatic moments can look better than they actually are. Bigger angle, more steering input, more visible movement, all of that can make a section feel intense, like I'm really on top of it. But when the road is this tight, intensity is not always progress. And on a Touge like this, rhythm is pretty much key and everything. Once that rhythm breaks, the whole mountain starts feeling narrow in a different way. Not just physically narrow, but mentally narrow too. There's less time to reset, less time to breathe, and less margin to pretend the last corner didn't matter. That's really why Shimano works well for this kind of episode. The map is long enough that the run has to build, and technical enough that the road keeps checking whether I'm actually cleaning things up or just carrying chaos forward. Even the way it's categorized gives that away a little, because it's treated as a sprint, hill climb, rally, and drift road, which usually means the layout has to function under different styles of driving, not just one dramatic use case. And that's exactly how it feels. It rewards drifting that stays narrow, tidy, and intentional, not drifting that just keeps barely fitting. By the end of this run, the biggest thing I noticed wasn't really the car. It was how quickly the road exposed whether I was being precise or just active. The Miata can absolutely make a mistake look recoverable, but on a road this narrow, recoverable is not the same thing as clean, and clean is what actually keeps the run moving. So yeah, big angle can save the drift. This road just makes sure you still pay for it. I'll catch you on the next run. Peace.